Kevin, obviously the first half was one you guys probably don't want to really remember. But what happened at halftime and what was said? You guys had, I think, 48 points, and then the second half you guys blew it open. What changed?
Well, they were really good at bumping us off our spots and taking us out of our actions a little bit there in the first half. And we just started playing with force in the second half, and we also knew that, that tactic was, those guys would start to tire out a little bit once they start playing that way, because it's hard to play that way, especially when you're moving so fast, So once we start being forceful with our cuts and our movements, that start to tire them down a little bit, and you start to see them loosen up on the defensive end. So that's what got us that lead, and also when we defend and we get out on the break, then we're pretty unstoppable.
Kevin, how have you seen Jordan Bell's offensive game develop? It seems like he's getting a lot more comfortable away from the hoop.
Yeah, I mean, especially when he's playing the 5, and now teams are starting to trap on a pick and roll, and we're throwing it to him in the pocket, and he's making good decisions. But he's learning. It's a part of the game. When you get in that pocket, you got a split second to make a decision. And I think he's doing a good job of trying to find out who the open guys are, and also, still trying to find himself a shot. So it's only a matter of time before it's just start to be, second nature to him. And 7 assists, 12 rebounds. I mean, that's a Draymond type stat line right there. So he's learning from the best, and he's only going to get better.
Steve said he showed you guys a slide of your stats since Steph went out. There's some lower pace, not great three-point shooting, but you're best in the NBA defensively. How has this stretch been fun for you guys to kind of be a grinded-out team and play defense like you have?
Well, we don't expect we're not coming in every game expecting to be those stats were a totally different team compared to when Steph was on the court as far as how we play, because his shooting, his ball handling just draws the defenders. You got to guard them. You can't leave Steph open at three-point line. So that's what opens up a lot of stuff for us. So now when Steph went out, it was just a little different. So we had to play maybe a different tempo, a different pace, and use different plays. When he's out. So it was fun. It was fun just figuring it out, not knowing we're not going to just go on runs when we hit 5 or 6 threes and bust the game open. So it was definitely fun trying to figure it out, but, and it's always good to win, but defensively is where we kind of knuckled down and started just focusing on even more, because we knew offense would be a little tougher.
Hey, Kevin, your talent obviously speaks for itself, but just the ability to raise your game when Steph is out, and then when he comes back to make adjustments and however need be. What does it take to have that kind of mindset where you're flexible with all those different things?
Well, first you just got to when duty calls, if Coach needs me to go out there and do something, I'll just do it, and I kind of know what my role is already on this team. And, like I told you before, I enjoy just doing other things out there. But when my number's called to score, that's what I've been doing my whole life. That's what my whole game is based around, is putting the ball in the basket. So when I'm called to do that, I just got to do it to the best of my ability. So I just try to adapt as much as I can, and I do that by just working on every part of my game. So when I need to bring it out, I can feel comfortable with it. So pick and rolls, I work on that every day. Post-ups, I work on that every day. My jump shot, I work on it, and my ball handling. So on the offensive end, if Coach want me to play more pick and rolls, I'm ready for it. If you want me to post up more and set screens and, block shots, all that stuff, I just try to be ready for whatever Coach throws at me. And if I'm not ready for it, I learn from it on the fly.
Kevin, these last few weeks, it seems like everybody's kind of loving your defense. I saw a tweet from Michael Thompson, Clay's dad, saying you've become Bill Russell. I'm just curious. When you hear people talking about how great your defense is, all your career has been about offense, it seems like. And is it different hearing about your defense, being that you've been an offensive guy for most of your career in most people's eyes?
It's cool that people started to recognize me for more than just a score. I've been trying to shake that rap since 2012. And so when people start to notice what you do, obviously it's not all you do it for, but you want people to appreciate what you bring to the table, and first off from your teammates and coaches, and I got that from them, and I feel good coming in every day knowing that they trust me on that side of the ball. But when fans watching the game and anybody watching the game, you want them to see what you do, and I try to impact the game as much as I can on both ends of the floor. So especially coming from a champ like Mr. Thompson. It means I'm kind of doing something right, so I'll take it.